Alright, Moto Maddox out and about. Another moto vlog. One thing I want to do is talk about the Z900. How good of a commuter motorcycle is it? How does it do in urban environments? So we're not really doing a real commuter test today, but we are gonna go into the city. And what better place to kind of test things out than our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. So let's try to drive into the city, see how the Z900 behaves in traffic and in urban environments. Most of my moto vlogs are kind of in my twisties, lots of secluded roads. That's kind of really what I enjoy the most. But I know that some people use motorcycles and the Z900 specifically for more than just recreation. So we already know that the Z900 does well in the open road. You need to get going. So that's one of the big things. Welcome to DC. So a lot of the smaller displacement motorcycles, you know, the 400s and 500s, sometimes some of the 650s, you gotta be careful with those on highways, just to make sure you have enough power to get out of the way. It's not uncommon to see, you know, a whole highway full of SUVs doing 80 miles per hour. So if you think about that, you want to maneuver, you want to have some power so that if you are kind of cruising at 75 and 80, that your motorcycle and your motor has still a little bit more top end or a little bit more horsepower and torque to get you going if you need to move pretty quickly. So yeah, the Z900 is a really popular global platform, and I actually have a lot of viewers and followers from across the globe, thanks to all my international folks for checking in. Lots of folks from the UK, lots of folks from Spain. I've recently been getting a lot more visits from Indonesia, but I've always had a pretty good following from folks from India, and India is a great place. I had the pleasure of visiting there a while back. I was specifically in Goa, India, so shout out to all my folks that are tuning in, YouTube viewers from India. And that's one of the cool things about traveling to places like India or Indonesia. Like I was mentioning, a lot of people use motorcycles for like real transportation, so it's not uncommon to see a whole family of 3 or even 4 individuals riding on a single motorcycle. And that's no exaggeration. You know, I've seen you know, a family of 3 or 4. You know, there's been a mother, a father, a couple of toddlers all on a single bike in places like Bali and Mumbai. So yeah, lots of folks use motorcycles for more than recreation. So we're about to cross into the city. You know, so far everything has been pretty smooth, no issues. Surprisingly, for this to be a 948cc motorcycle, it behaves really well at low speeds, so it's not too snappy. And I did get the ECU flashed by Brock's Performance, so that actually made it even a little more smoother on deceleration. The way the stock bikes are tuned, you know, they cut off the fuel when you let off of the throttle, but with this flash you still get a little bit of fuel being injected, so it's not an abrupt cutoff. So let's get in the right lane and enjoy some of the view. Z900 seems to be right at home in a urban environment in the big city. So if you're considering a bike that's good at a lot of different things, you want to be able to tackle some curvy roads on the weekends, go through the twisties, a little bit more recreation, Z900 is up to the task. If you needed to commute to the office in downtown, you can do that as well. You see the Capitol building. Washington, D.C., U.S. Capitol. Yeah, the Z900 is a real popular platform across the globe. All the big cities, really popular. And as you can see, it's right at home here in the U.S. gonna do is go up 4th Street and then try to come down 3rd Street Tunnel. That should be nice. But as you can see, no issues, slow speed maneuvers around town. Take a little detour. Take a look at the Washington Monument while we're right here. Lots of sightseeing, lots of memorials. You can see, you know, nice clutch engagement, no issue. Like I was mentioning, the Z900, it can behave when it needs to. Slow speed maneuvers as needed. But this is a really nice day. Let's go up 7th Street. Taking a bit of a detour from what I was originally trying to do, but it's nice out here. Getting a little bit of everything today, folks. Some random cars stopping, pedestrians, tourists are out. Looks like there may be a Washington Capitals game today. It's one of the funny things when you kind of just happen to be taking some random routes. Sometimes you'll wander into some activities that you weren't expecting. Yeah, when you're in these urban environments, you have to be in full alert pretty much all the time. Lots of stuff going on, last minute blinkers. Yeah, folks, you're getting a real preview of how the Z900 behaves in the city. We actually ran into some traffic, but it's given a pretty good indication of how things are. And you know, this traffic is relative. Like I was mentioning, you know, this is a global platform, and if you take a look at some of the traffic in other places in Europe and Asia, yeah, this is mild compared to some of the more densely populated places on the globe. Z900's not breaking a sweat. There we go. Tunnel, next right. Let's see if we can't see how this exhaust sounds in the tunnel. This will be the first tunnel that I've taken the bike in since I've had it. It's a few tunnels around, but like I mentioned, a lot of times outside of the city, riding around, trying to avoid the traffic. But figured this would be a nice ride through DC. Give folks a kind of sample of how the bike behaves in an urban environment. Funny thing, watching this car parallel park just reminds me in a lot of places the parallel parking is no longer kind of required on the test. Just interesting. So you got a little bit of filter in there. Alright, let's see.